where you are having a people do the testing and then reporting it and all those processes. Here agents are doing the testing, then execute intelligent regression test. So regression testing are intelligently done using, again, agents. Gaps are identified, and those gaps are automatically logged. So again, you're not logging in. Integrate seamlessly with your CI/CD pipelines. Reduce with all this, you will have a reduced production escapes, and then on top of it, you can get great AI insights, quality insights. Instead of replacing QA teams, Testly enables them to become significantly more productive. In short, Testly is an autonomous AI engineer. And that's what we will see in few minutes. How does Testly, kind of creates the test cases? How does it logs a bug automatically? And you can have, your QA teams and your QA, engineers do it parallelly, but now they would be spending more time not in maintaining those test cases, not in, executing the regressions, but they would be doing it like they can do more of exploratory testing, they can do more of, functional testing. So those testings now can be done by your QA team, which will add more value to the product. And that's what we, and can, in that way we can have a faster release cycles. So QAs no more become a bottleneck, but they become, a part of the release cycle. Today I was talking to someone for one of the interviews, and this guy said, we do automation. I said, okay, how do you do automation? And this guy said, we do n-1. I said, why would you do n-1 in today's world? If you're doing an n-1, it means that your build has already been released to production. So doing n-1 and automating n-1 doesn't make any great sense, because the bugs which have come in and got to production, anyway, your customers will see them, so makes no sense to that. And that's where, and that is why Testly is a powerful tool, a powerful platform. It's not just another automation framework. It is not replacing of any QA teams. It is an autonomous one-stop solution for all your QA needs, right? And even if you look at today, right, like any QA leaders like you would be using multiple tools. Some are using TestRail, then you're using Jira, then you're using Playwright. So you're using multiple tools to do a testing. And the cost of it is you need to train your team in different tools. You need to kind of see the integration with these different tools. But do we actually need these many tools in today's era? Probably not. With one tool, you can do everything. And as a manager, as a leaders, you can get the reporting at an org level, you can get at a project level, at the tip of your fingertip, whether it's on mobile or whether it's on your email or on the platform. Yeah. With that note, and I'll take a pause, and if anyone has any questions, happy to answer. Otherwise, we'll move with the Testly demo. Any questions?
No questions. Ready for your demo. Thank you.
Great. So now let's look at the Testly demo. Sonal, do you want to add anything before we move to Testly demo?
No, I think Dipti, you covered everything. So hi, everyone. For the people who joined us late, quickly wanted to recap what we were discussing. Testly is your, in short, a ChatGPT of QA. You ask what you want, and then it would execute that for you. So in few minutes, as we move towards the platform, you would see the capabilities it brings in. It could be this is your AI QA. In super simple terms, it could be your manual QA, it could be your automation QA, it could be your agentic AI QA. It could be your test management system. It could be everything QA that you need right here. So those are the functionality, those are the capabilities that it brings to you. And let's see as we go to the platform. Traditionally, as we, Dipti, please go ahead and share your screen, and I can continue talking meanwhile. Traditionally, as soon as a new requirement comes in, what do most people do? Or specifically the QAs, you start writing the test cases. That takes hours, and then you do automation, you do different activities around it, which traditionally takes hours or days. But Testily, you could shrink those timings into the into a couple of minutes. And that's the power. That's the things that AI brings in, not just in terms of the solution, also in terms of the expectations, because the expectations of the managers, the expectations in general of the stakeholders with AI is not in days, it's in minutes. The moment they say something, they expect the results. And the trend that we are seeing is that QA is consistently becoming the bottleneck. And that, my friend, is what we are trying to solve out here.
Cool. So with all your permission, we will have, we'll see the Testily demo. Yeah, if you can share your screen, please. Great. I hope everyone is able to see the screen.
Yes, sure. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so this brings into our Testily.ai demo, a happy robot catching the bugs and giving thumbs up to release the production, to release the build on production. Great. So we'll log in. So there is, as you can see, there is, MFA. You can log on Okta. There's an integration with Okta. There's an integration with Microsoft Azure, Google. So you have different login credentials through which you can log in. Right now we are logging in as an org admin or super admin. So where super admin has access to all the orgs, and org admin will have access to its own org. So we have, like, for today's demo, we will see two flows, which are very common, for any company. One of the flows is a simple, but as I said, you might not have BRD documents, you may not have, sprint documents, but what all of us mostly have is a, image, a design image, and how from that we Testily generates the, test cases, and how does it automates it. So we will see that entire flow. The another interesting another interesting flow which we will see is how does it connects with your basically your GitHub, and from there how does it create the test cases, and then it automates it automatically, and if there is a bug found, how does it log and bug automatically. So a minimal human intervention is what I call this flow as. To start with, we will create a project. It's a simple way you can create a project. So we'll create a project. In the project, you can also test. There are a couple of you can test. You have like you have a web or a mobile flows. You can test. So Testily can support both web and mobile. Yeah, go to the next screen, please. So here are the different users which are assigned to this project. Now you can select. So org admins are automatically selected. Whereas if you want to add any testers, you can always add that. So it is showing how many are active, how many are invited. So these are, so you can select the testers. Can you select a couple of testers? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can continue. And here are in an application what all roles you're going to test, or application has what all roles. So you can add those. So you can add, or you can upload the matrices around it, what they can see, what this role cannot see. So those matrices can be uploaded. So there's a template provided. You can continue. Now here is an environment where we want to test. We can add multiple environments like staging, development, production. So for today, yeah, you can add an environment, or we can ignore this and add this at a later point of time as well. So this is as soon as you create a project successfully, you land to a screen which is a compose test suite where where the magic starts, I would call it. So we just upload. You can upload an image. Yeah. So we're just uploading an image and we'll see what that image entails. So it's a simple image. And then we can decide on the suite strategy, whether it is a smoke, regression, sanity, different types of suite strategy. We can select multiple as well. Sometimes many of you ask question, right? If I already have test cases, can I upload that? The answer to it is yes, you can upload even those test cases. With the knowledge, it will enhance that test case as well. Yeah. So we'll create and another thing, so it will create the test cases. But one thing I want to call out here, while it is creating it, basically you have an option to upload your custom templates as well. Because like sometimes every organization has its own template, and I want an output in a certain template, so I can always provide that, or otherwise Testily has its predefined template in which we will see how the test cases are generated. So as we can see, it is doing its magic. We can go to the autonomous test phase. So here we said this was what we uploaded. We gave two test suite strategy. One is regression and smoke, and the logged in user who created it. We can see processing is happening. Once the processing gets completed, an automatic email notification will be sent. So this is a flow. I'll take a pause here, see if anyone has any questions. I'll be happy to answer.
Can
Any
the
questions?
input be directly from Jira or any other application?
Yes, and that's the next flow we are going to show you
Okay.
directly from your repository. How does the testing? So as I said, we will show you two flows because that's a very valid questions, and we'll see that. And this was the image we uploaded. So because most of the time we do always have Figma designs. So we uploaded this image. Just I wanted to show you that what we uploaded, and because we'll validate the test cases which will get generated as well. Okay, yeah, great. Can you
Sounds good.
can you please go to the Git repository so that we can show that flow as well? So how is directly taking from your Git repository? Any other questions? Yeah. So this is our repository, and from this repository, we will be integrating this with under environments, and how it will automatically generate. Let's quickly look at that flow. So here we have already created a project. So we will let's give an environment name, please. We'll give you credentials, URL of the system, repository, the login type, roles, the credential for that particular role. You see the repository URL, we'll give the repository URL. Can you just type in? Okay.
Existing environment.
Yeah, so you can see the existing environment here, which is already created. We've given the workspace, we have given the Git URL, we have given the GitHub path, we have connected it, so you can see a successful connection string here. We have selected the folder where this exists, and you can see the lab. So yeah, so this is, you can see the entire connection. Meanwhile, Ram is creating it. I'll quickly share my screen in a minute to show that the test cases are created, the ones we generated. Just give me a minute. Yes. Okay. I just shared. You see that the test cases are ready to, so the smoke one is ready, as you can see on my screen. Yeah. So we get a notification to all the people involved in the project. This notification has been sent. Now we'll go back to this test cases. I can click on view test suite, or I can directly grow from the system. Yeah. I'll stop my screen. You can share again, please. Can you go to the test case? Let's run those. Yes. So can you go to dashboard? So earlier when we saw, there was no dashboard. There was a dashboard, but there was no data because we created the project live during this. Now, since we have already uploaded the tests, we have uploaded an image, and based on it, the tests, the test cases have been generated. So now we have a detailed, analysis. Yeah, so we have data where we can actually, now we see a dashboard, we will see the test cases which are generated, and, we can see the entire, generation automatically using AI as well. So any questions so far? And then we'll go to the next steps.
So thanks, I got it, some idea. So my question is, this will do only functionality testing, or it will cover some BPM flow, business flow, or we an application, we have some integration, API integration that will be accepted Testily tool.
Yeah.
Integration, we have Salesforce integration for filling some company details on the interface details page. So that's we can.
So I think it's a great question. So what I understand is you're saying, like, will it cover the functional test cases? Will it cover the integration test cases? Is that right understanding, Pranav?
Right. BPM flow means where functionality test it will do, but what about the business process management? We have projects. So in this are their business logics. So that should be covered. And also in our application where there is Salesforce integration data. We are integrating data from the Salesforce opportunity ID. so that we can do we have to add every time random new opportunity ID for filling some intervisit stage for the company. Then we can move forward. We have to upload some census file. So then at the next step, census file gets some different data. And at that time, what happens? Customer is uploading in census file. By mismatch, they upload the date of birth. Instead of date of birth, they upload the wrong data. So at that time, we can't proceed to next data package. So like this, some scenario complexity will handle this.
Yeah, it's a real world problem, and you're absolutely right. With Testly, you can do testing, not just not just the functional one as you stated, but you can do those integrations, the business process logic, test cases as well can be executed, and it can test that, including the integration ones, and log a bug for you. Yeah.
The,
So
the,
sorry, go
the
ahead.
other thing, Dipti, to add there, right? So other thing what Tesla is would be able to do, I mean, is able to do, is basically create the synthetic data wherever it needs, for agentic execution, and utilize it, to run through the relevant test cases. So it has the ability to create the synthetic data as well.
So as you can see here, back here, so total 2 test cases, 8 for the smoke, and as you can see for the campaign page, it has created all this. You can see as, switch strategy, because right now it's smoke is done. You can see the priority test cases, and we'll go and check the test case quality. Can you please go to autonomous test suite? Yeah. So as we can see, we did 2. One was smoke and regression. Regression is still processing. So that is the reason on the dashboard, we only see smoke, not regression yet. So let regression progress. Meanwhile, we'll see the smoke one. Yeah. Can you please click on the smoke? Yeah. So this is where it's a very neat and clean design, as you all will agree. So this is where we just created blockchain campaign page test cases. You see the test cases. You can see the test ID, the details, the title, the module, and these are all generated by AI, because all we gave was one image. And you see a detailed test cases were generated, including the description, the preconditions, the expected results, evidence. We can see all this detail. Now there are a couple of interesting features to note here. At some point of time, right, I might feel that the severity of this is not measured and I want to change it. Can you please change that to something else? The severity here. Yeah. So if I want to change it to critical, it has a logging, which we can see in the history. Can you go to the history, please? Yeah. So it does show you that it was created, initial creation, and then the logged in user has changed the severity from major to critical. So there is a log, entire logs are maintained for any of the change you do. Now, another important and cool feature, can you go back to the details? Another important cool feature is the AI assistant. Can you click on any of the AI assistant? So what AI assistant does is, now this description which is generated from AI itself, but I want to change it or I want to further process it, then AI will again run and it will give you a suggestion that you might want to add this. So as you can see, it has provided that this was the original description. This is a new description. If I like this, I can accept it. If I don't like, I can discard it. So since I accepted it, the new description is shown here. And this can be done for any of the fields. As you can see, it can be done for any of the fields. If you want to manually edit any of the fields, you can also edit this. So just click on it and it will become editable. You can go ahead and edit it. So it's a simple edit functionality as well. Now, a lot of time, there are people ask, right, if I want to add a test case, then what happens? You can always go ahead and add a new test case. By default, it will give you the next test ID, and you can add everything here and then further edit it using your test AI assistant. So that is another feature which is provided. You can add environment again from here, or you can launch an execution. So we'll quickly launch an execution because that is the one which is very interesting. You want to add an environment? Okay, we didn't add for this one. Yeah, please go ahead and add the environment. So as you know, we uploaded for Workgen, so we will upload a environment. We'll add the environment. During the project creation for this one, we had not added an environment. So environment has got added successfully. Now we will launch an execution. Yeah. So a couple of things here, right? So we'll launch an execution. In execution launch, you have two important features. One is manual and agentic execution. And one can decide which execution they want, right? Sometimes you want your QAs to execute, then you can have a manual execution. If you want agent to do end-to-end, you can have an agentic execution. So we'll select manual and agentic both, just to show you. Yeah, so first let's do agentic so that it can run, and then meanwhile we'll do manual also. So in the agentic, you don't need to select anything. You can just select which browser, and then yeah, you can select the environment. This is the environment which just got added. We'll select the role. We had added one role, and so you see that role here automatically. It will run right now as we speak, because, or you can schedule it. So this is the execution. Simple. AI has started doing its own work. Agents are starting to run. Let us all grab our coffee, and AI will do the job. So that's where execution is happening now. Right now, it also gives us the status in case it fails, in case there is an issue, it will tell you. Meanwhile, we'll see the manual launch as well. How does it happen? Yeah, as we can see, regression also got completed, and people involved in this project would have received the email for it. And also we can see that smoke, it was 8 test cases, but regression, it is 14 test cases, and which logically makes sense. And I'm sure you all will agree that regression should have more test cases than the smoke. So yeah, so we'll do a launch execution for regression now, since that is created. Yeah, so in case of manual, you will select which QAs you want to assign to test. You can have multiple multiple QAs can also test a particular functionality, particular test cases. You'll assign the environment, and here is like you want all the test cases to, you want to run all the test cases, or you can pick and choose based on the module. You can based on the roles, so, and you can also, so we just selected all. So here you see, this is we just now did that regression testing, 14 test cases, we selected all. This is on the environment UAT, who is the tester who would be testing it. So you see everything. Probably you might want to go any test case and fail it unless show a bug. So by default, it is open, and it is untested. If I want to fail any test cases, I need to first put an actual result. It's not that if I feel I can just reject it. No, I need to put an actual result. Once I do it, you see it got failed, and automatically a bug was reported, bug 001. So your QAs don't need to do all that operational work where they're first testing it, then they're logging the bugs manually, and it consumes a lot of their time. Automatically bug is reported. Click on the bug 001 directly from here, from the top. Yes, you can see this is how your bug history looks like. Steps to reproduce, activity which happened, and how this bug got generated. Like if on top of it, you can see the reoccurrence, how many times the specific type of bug got generated. This is a very powerful statement, and because if a bug is getting regenerated couple of times, the same bug, you know what it means, right? Either your code is not good, either there's some problem there. So we have to fix it. As a QA leaders, this is very powerful for all of you, because you can get the history where how many times a particular bug is getting occurred. So that piece of code definitely needs a relook. So that's where we are talking about here. Yeah, you can assign it as well, because right now it is not assigned. But if I want to assign it to my developer, I can go ahead and assign to my developer saying, hey, you need to fix it. And this bug gets automatically assigned. A mail will be sent to this particular developer saying, hey, this bug is assigned, please look into it. So now he becomes a part of the cycle. Yeah, I'll take a pause here to see if anyone has any questions.
Looks like people are grabbing coffee, Dipti.
I hope people are not sleeping. Lunch time, so great. So we
Maybe
could.
Dipti, I will ask a question. So are the, right, we assign it to the developer, right? So when they pick up and is there any status to know? Right now it is in open state. I see that on the right-hand corner, right side. So when the developer picks up the bug and starts working on it, the status is when they change it, is it real time or how does it work?
Yeah, that's a very just a very good question. Yeah, so basically, as soon as the developer works on it, puts a comment, it automatically changes the status to in progress.
Okay.
And then in the activity, you see that developer has started working on it. So developer does it, and you know how it is, right? Most of the times, developers forget to change the status. Then it shows open, and then but the developer has worked. So there is always this: oh, is it done? Are you working? Have you finished working? So you don't need to change. AI is going to take care of it. Like as we saw here as well, the bug got automatically reported. Similarly, from the developer perspective, one needs to just focus on the work, not on the operational thing. So, the developer, as soon as it marks that I have worked on it, AI analyzes what the based on the comment and it updates to in progress. If this developer writes in the comment it has completed, it will automatically change completed and assign back to the QA who was assigned to this project.
Okay, I have a follow-up question now. This is all it is done in Testily, the site instance, right?
Yes.
Let us say if I have the Jira integration and the developer doesn't have access to, for any reason, Testily instance, and they are working off of Jira. So once the integration is established, do we have a way where, okay, developer is working on Jira, working on that bug, when that bug gets fixed in Jira, is there a way that it gets reflected back to Testily and says, somehow like a communication for QA says that, hey, this bug which was assigned to a developer in Jira it's fixed and you can go back and test, something like that. Like, is it two ways, the sync integration?
Yes, so
Okay.
it is a two-way sync, but it is not exact real time to real time, but it is a two-way sync, with some delay, but, you can see everything, even if the developer doesn't have access to it. But as a leader, you will see you will see the status,
Getting reflected back to Testily after it's been fixed and ready for testing. Okay, excellent.
Great.
Additionally, to add to what Dipti was saying, right? So let's say that in the agentic execution, right, this particular issue is found to be fixed, right? So it would toggle the status of it so that most of the time developers keep doing this, QS keep doing this verification and retesting, right? So that also basically automatically gets in sync.
Nice, good to know. Thank you.
We'll go to AI Execution Hub to see how is our agentic doing. So here you can see, this one was the agentic which we ran, execution demo. It is right now scanning, so it is showing in progress. So that's the other ones, the manual one, we just did it. And you can see here, interesting enough, in the manual, we failed one test cases, so the bug icon has become active here. Whereas in the agentic, it's still in progress, so there is no bug reported. So it is grayed out. So from here as well, you can click on the bug history and go. Apart from it, there are other features like analytics. Let's go to quick analytics on the regression, the first one. Yeah, because here we did one test case. Yeah. So here we can see the release readiness, because we just ran one test case. On top of it, we failed that one. So release readiness is not ready. It automatically detects that it to be not ready. And then risk prediction is high, which makes complete sense right now. Environment is high, very healthy, because environment is good where you're testing, but rest all parameters are not great. So you can see here as a snapshot to decide whether you want to release it to production or not, right? Based on these key elements, you can take care of it. Yeah, and go back. Yeah, here also you can do is a download. You can download all the test cases. Let's say if someone wants to download it, they can download from here itself. You can export it. You can send an email. Yeah, and you can send an execution report. Like I want to send an execution report to you, Kirti. Let's say, so I can just add here and send it to you. And attach my test cases. So that also I can do it. And if I don't like this execution, or like due to whatever reason, this execution makes no sense now, so I can delete it as well. There's another important feature which you can see is QA intelligence. This is more, you can go click here. So here we are trying to build, self-heal. This is like more like a self-healing. It will give QAs what better they can do, both in manual, autonomous, what all, so more of an intelligence is what we are trying to build here. Great. Any questions?
Dipti, I think there was a question from Pranav earlier. He asked, does Testly also test the business logic? And
Yes.
quickly wanted to respond to that is yes. Actually, in AI era, one of the problems people see is the BRDs are created by AI, the development is done by AI, and then a lot of times testing is done by AI or no. The problem arrives when there is a problem or, no human validates the BRD. How do you ensure everything is accurate? Testly actually what it does is it knows scenarios like this can happen. And so it validates the functionalities, it validates the logic from the perspective of your document. What are the inputs that's given? What is the development that's done? What are the outcomes, outputs that are coming out? It validates all of them. And if there is any error or if there is any inconsistencies, it actually prompts you out there. So yes, it validates the logic, but it also validates from the performance perspective. I hope, Pranav, that answers your question.
Got it. Thanks for that. So by this, we can upload the documents to our website by this tool. So how to upload? We have to give some data while testing. That much capable, and validating after uploading documents, we can asset the spreadsheet or calculate some calculation in the spreadsheets. So like this, we can do.
So, Pranav, to answer your question, right, what it does basically is once you set up the environment, right, what it does is it scans through your application with the given credentials, right? And then it figures out that what all are the things that it would need. And it would give you a template of like, these are the data points that I need from you. So just like you create the test data, you basically get a template of what all things do you need in order to test it. So if there are, let's say, input, right, and you don't want to use synthetic data, right? So you would be getting a test template, test data template, and with that template, you key in that information, and then you give it back to testing. Did I answer your question, Pranav?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you think is that our environment or prod or staging had low performance, so much loading screen to be please screen going?
Correct. So basically, you're saying like, so if you have, the performance parameters set, these test cases would be failing based on the threshold that you have set. So for example, you want it to be like every page should be loading within 3 seconds. So it would start, agent would start capturing that these test cases are failing, the performance test cases. And if you mean that if it takes time while the execution is going on, it would wait. It wouldn't actually come out of it, till it has done the configured retries, basically.
We wanted to show quickly in a minute or so the agentic one. It's performing, so we thought we'll show it as well. Any other question in the meantime?
So one question: all test cases should run or should accept. So what if in case while doing end-to-end test, some error pop-up toaster is coming? So that we can't see what was the error message coming by the automation. Test case was by CSCT part. But what if the customer is go to web app, he is using, and he call from one A screen to B screen. So but at that time pop up some error is coming. So that error we can't handle by the automation. So for this.
So what agentic execution does is basically it would start capturing the screenshots, just like other standard automation tools do. Like it would start capturing the screenshots as an evidence for both success and failure.
So basically, one of the key things, right? This product has been built with after discussion with lot of QA leaders, with lot of Gartner. So one of the key things as a human, right? We still don't want to believe that AI has, kind of AI has detected a bug. Let's put it this way, right? So one of the key things is we are doing a clear requirement. We are doing a bug traceability, stating that how did this bug generate, or from which document this bug got generated, right? So we are capturing that, and also as Tushar pointed out, there are screenshots which we are capturing. The autonomous testing or the agent is capturing as a proof that hey, this happened and that is why this bug has been added. This happened and that is why this bug happened. In case the error happens, we see why this error is. Is it because your test cases were not too good quality and you need to change it? A self-healing mechanism needs to kick in, or is it because there was originally a bug? So it automatically detects that, and based on it, it puts a status saying it failed because of a test case quality, or because of it is a bug, so the test case failed. Please show the Git one, which Dimple asked in the start. If anyone has any questions, we're just changing the project so that we're going to Databricks GitHub.
Already we have multiple source, but we'll add new from
For the one, as you can see here, right, you can pick and choose as well for the agentic, for manual, both. So it gives you flexibility of you can pick and choose as well. Here, one of the key interesting feature is like the flaky test analysis. It does that, which are the test cases which are flaky as well. So those analysis can also be done here.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Again, it was a wonderful session. If you have any questions that were not answered today, please feel free to reach out to us, testily@totip.com. That's the email address where you can reach out to us, or I reach out to a lot of you. So you have my email address. Please feel free to reach out. We would strongly encourage you to review or reach out to the Testily page of London. Please like it and share your feedbacks on the session as well as on the platform. If you have any feedback, we would love to take that. And thank you again for joining us.